Hey everyone, it's Autumn. Today I want to talk about my favorite scents for summer. I also need to take these off because I'm pretty sure I have a glare. Alright, so going into this, I had a couple of categories that I specifically think of in my mind as being summer categories. So I picked out scents for those, and then I have one that's like not really a summer category. I'll get into it, but it's kind of like my wild card scent. All right, so my first scent here is Clarins, although if you're French, I don't believe you say it that way. I think you say Clarins. I don't know. Eau d'Inamissante, which I'm pretty sure I'm saying that wrong too. However, I purchased this because my friend Amy here on YouTube, if you haven't subscribed to her, subscribe to her. I'll have her here on the screen. She's trying to make it to 1,000 subscribers, and she is delightful and knowledgeable. Anyway, she had talked about this and suggested it in a video of hers, and I thought that I would go ahead and give it a try. This is really interesting, and I consider this to be a refresher type scent, kind of similar to, which would also be like a summer sort of scent, like the 4711 Splash Cologne, I think. Yeah. Anyway, similar to that, to where it's just very uplifting. But this one's really interesting because of the different kinds of notes in it. It's a little bit more herbal, and this is really great for if you're going to bed on a hot summer night, or also if you are waking up and you're getting ready to work out and you just want to be uplifted. It's a hot summer day and you just want something to spray on that's going to cool you off. And this, to me, I don't know what it is about it. It has a cooling effect on my skin. Maybe it's just in my head, but either way, it's delightful to use. So the notes are Amalfi lemon, caraway, coriander, orange, petitgrain, rosemary, carnation, cardamom, thyme, and patchouli. It really is just like, I don't want to call it medicinal because I feel like that's kind of a turnoff, but it is just very uplifting and herbal. It's delightful. So this is the number one thing that I wanted to mention. So then the next category are bright citrus scents that are perfect for like a breezy / sunny day. Like, just imagine like a day where it's super sunny and warm, but you have a nice breeze coming in too. These are the kind of the scents that I like to wear for those kinds of days. This first one is Guerlain's Aqua Allegoria, and this is their Neroli Bianca. And what I like about this is it is just 100% an orange. Everything that has to do with the orange is this. This has neroli, bitter orange, orange blossom, petitgrain, which is orange leaf, and then just straight up orange. So it's like all the parts of the orange on this one is right here. I think the only thing that could have made this better for me is if they had somehow included the wood of the orange tree to kind of give this a little bit more lasting power, because usually putting in those stronger base notes give things a little bit lasting power, and then also just grounding this a bit more. But this is delightful. Also, my neighbor next door just started mowing a minute ago. I'm sorry if you're hearing that. But anyway, this is great. Super uplifting. I keep taking the cap off and then smelling it, putting the cap back on and taking it off and smelling it. Anywho, this is super uplifting. I think this would be perfect for one of those days where you're going to brunch with the gals and you're sitting out on the patio with the warm sun coming down and a nice breeze. That's what I kind of envision for this. The next one is actually very similar in idea to the last one that I just talked about, and this is Replicas Under the Lemon Trees. And this is supposed to kind of give the experience of basking in the sun under a lemon tree, again with that nice breeze coming through, and it really does smell like that. The weird thing about this, let me smell. I have paper towel here, which is probably not the most convenient thing to spray on. The weird thing about this is, though, it does not contain any lemon in the scent. It actually has lime. So it's lime, petitgrain, cardamom, green tea. I'm pretty sure you spell it mate, M-A-T-E, not mate. coriander, white musk, cedar, and rock rose. This really does smell like you were under lemon trees. And I think the reason they use lime is because like the zest on the lemon is more bitter and they didn't want to use like straight up lemon, because that's what you're smelling essentially when you're under the lemon tree is the zest, you know. But I digress. So this to me smells like you have put a hammock up under the trees, which hence the name. Maybe that's why I envision this. But you're just enjoying your day, a nice summer day, just the hammock is up and you're just relaxing under the tree reading a book. This is definitely a unisex scent. It's beautiful. I think anybody could wear this. Anybody could wear any of these, but this specifically, I wouldn't mind smelling it on anybody. All right, so the next one I want to talk about is Aqua de Parfum, and this is Colonia. I'm gonna come in close for you to take a peek. This one really has the lemon in it. So this has Sicilian citruses, lavender, rosemary, lemon verbena, Bulgarian rose, vetiver, white musk, jasmine, sandalwood, amber, and patchouli. So here are my notes here. I took notes for this video. Are you guys proud of me? On my notes here, I wrote sweet, but not too sweet, and it's strong. Like when it first comes out, this is kind of a powerhouse lemon scent. It's strong lemon. But it smells like lemon candy. Without being too feminine or like too youthful, which again, but you can wear anything no matter what gender you are and also no matter how young or old you are. But to me, this is sophisticated while smelling like lemon candy. And I also, after smelling it for a while, got like the sense of like Fruit Loops. If you know what I'm talking about, if you if you ever have eaten Fruit Loops. And I think it's the fact that it's got multiple types of citrus in it. It's just delightful. So I really like this one. This is a perfect one again if you're gonna be doing like yard work, if you wanna wear, I mean, this is kind of like an expensive perfume for yard work, but I think these types of scents, like citrus scents, and I'll get more into them in a minute, but like more sort of like aquatic scents mix really well in the heat with like sweat and things like that. So this one's great. So the next one is, I don't know how to pronounce, I don't know how to pronounce anything, so I'm just gonna butcher it and you guys can just tell me in the comments. Please educate me. I think it might be Eli Tahari. I think it would be Eli Tahari if it had two L's, but you guys let me know. And this is just the Eau de Parfum. I think they might make other scents, but this is just that one. Anyway, the notes in this one are bergamot, violet, tea, floral notes, woody notes, musk, and amber. And this is delightfully bright and citrusy. The floral comes in, kind of sweetens it up a bit to where it's not just straight up citrus. And then the woody notes, the musk and the amber kind of just mellow it out and kind of give it a little bit of a base. I wrote down on here sweet fruit, fresh and crisp without being harsh. And I wrote the fresh floral notes mixed with the citrus and grounded with amber and musk. It's sweet and easy, which it really is a sweet and easy. I feel like lots of people would like this one. I've never really heard anybody talk about it on here, but I think it's totally underrated. This is a great summer scent. And if you are somebody who grew up enjoying Victoria's Secret Love Spell, this is a more adult version of that. It's less tropical as far as like the fruits in the fragrance itself, but I really sense like a more sophisticated grown-up version of Love Spell or the Dolce & Gabbana the number 3 La Imperatrice. I don't know how to pronounce that. I don't know how to pronounce anything. But that one, it reminds me of that without being super harsh. I feel like the Dolce & Gabbana one, which I have, sometimes comes across like, whoa, like super harsh, almost headache inducing from the amount of sweetness and how bold the fruit is in that one. This one, the floral really helps calm it down a little bit, I think. Yeah, this one surprised me. It smells really good. All right, so now let's hop into aquatic scents. So I feel like aquatic scents for me They're not my favorite, but there are a few that I get along with, and these are it. There's like a couple more, but it's not my favorite scent category. And if many of you know my preferences, I really like really sort of like woody, unisex sorts of scents. And I feel like Aquatic is a lot of times unisex, but goes into a different direction. It's not usually the direction I like to go in. However, I think these are really good ones I have here. The first one is the Banana Republic Neroli Woods. Again, this reminds me of 4711, but this lasts way longer on the skin. This has neroli, mandarin leaf, coconut nectar, orange blossom, solar notes, frangipani, peony, sandalwood, cedar, ebony, and amber. Again, this is unisex, and it's a beautiful scent, and you can get this pretty affordably online. We have a Banana Republic outlet near us, and I purchased quite a few of these. You can also get them like at TJ Maxx and Fragrance Net, places like that. They're not super expensive at all. But the ones that come in these sorts of bottles like this, almost all the fragrances that I've tried that come in this line of bottles are really great. As far as what you pay for, these are surprisingly good. The next one is Jo Malone Wood Sage and Sea Salt. Again, this to me is unisex. And the notes are sea salt, sage, grapefruit, ambrette seeds, and seaweed. And so this is Aquatic without like that super, I don't want to call it sharp, but it's like a woody Aquatic. This is like literally just what your skin would smell like if you had spent a day at the beach, only it's slightly more pleasant than that. The next one I have here is Aqua de Joya, and this is almost the end of this first bottle. I actually used to just keep this in my army bag when I would go to army, and this is what I would wear because this is Aquatic, but it's got brown sugar in the base, which sweetens it up. I'll go ahead and just tell you all the scents here. It has Amalfi Lemon, which again, that lemon I can't pronounce, mint, jasmine, peony, pink pepper, Virginia cedar, French labdanum, and brown sugar. So I think the brown sugar is really what helps this one out for me because it really sweetens up an Aquatic scent without making it too sharp. This isn't really sharp at all. It's beautiful. I also feel like the mint in it really uplifts it as well to make it less heavy. All right, and then the last one I want to talk about is a very interesting one. This is from Atelier Blome, I believe is how you pronounce it, and this is the scent William. This again has neroli, which you'll see for summer for me. Neroli is one of my favorite notes for summer fragrances. But it has neroli, nectarine, lavender, Valencia orange, flower, whitewood, freesia, jasmine, sambac, sandalwood, amber, and vanilla and musk. So this one's really interesting because when you smell it in the bottle, you're like, there's no scent. Even when you originally spray it on your skin, you're like, there's nothing there. But the crazy thing about this one is when it mixes with the heat in your skin, it develops into a really beautiful skin scent. And what's even more interesting, when I first spray it, it smells leaning a little bit too much on the Aquatic sort of masculine side for me. But then once it warms up with my skin and becomes that skin scent, then like the amber, the vanilla, the musk, the sandalwood, all of that comes out, and it's just a really lovely skin scent. So if you are somebody who tends to overspray, this might be the way to go for you because it really does then just become a beautiful skin scent. If you don't want people to smell you from across the room, but you still want to smell pleasant, this is the way to go. I feel like when I wear it, like I'll spray it on, and then if my husband comes and gives me a hug or a kiss, then he'll be like, oh, you smell really good. What do you have on? And this is it. But like, I'm not going to be walking across a room and somebody smell me and be like, oh, who do I smell? They smell good. And I have lots of perfumes that are like that. But if you're somebody who doesn't want to be smelled from across the room, this is great. All right. So then I have three sort of beach scents that are kind of like that suntan lotion sort of smell. And I feel like anybody doing a summer fragrance pick will have at least one of these on their list. And so I like each of them for different times and different reasons, even though they're all sort of like that beachy suntan lotion sort of smell, because they do smell different from each other. So I'm first going to start off with probably the most popular out of all of these, and this is the Estee Lauder Bronze Goddess. So this one has coconut, tiare flower, vanilla, amber, and sandalwood. And it really is just a very sweet coconutty sort of summer scent. This is what a lot of people I think would envision of like a tropical vacation kind of scent. The next one is Beach Walk, and this is from Replica by Maison Margiela. And this one has lemon, bergamot, pink pepper, coconut milk, ylang ylang, heliotrope, musk, benzoin, and cedar in it. So this one is a slightly, I would say more sophisticated version of this. This is straight up sweet coconut sort of smell. I think this is just a little bit, well, it still has that sweetness. It's grounded a little bit more by using cedar instead of sandalwood. Sandalwood gives off a creamy effect, and I think cedar is like a little more dry. I definitely smell the difference between the two, and this is just a more sophisticated version, I would say, of this one. And then the last one, I feel like I've gone in order from the sweetest to the least sweet, and this is Beach by Bobbi Brown, and this is actually my favorite of all three of them. This is my second bottle. I went through another bottle before. And this has jasmine, sand, seawater, and mandarin orange in it. But this is like what your skin would smell like if you had your suntan lotion on and then you went into the beach and played in the sand, and then like this is like the scent that's left over after your day at the beach. This literally just smells like the after effects of a beach day. It's beautiful. So yeah, it's my absolute favorite, and since it's not as sweet as the others, I think that's why I tend to like it a little bit more, because I don't really like smelling like food. And this one doesn't smell like food like the others do. And what I mean by food, I definitely think this one almost smells like a mixed drink, in a way. One that I'm getting rid of that's even sweeter than this one in my opinion is the Kate Spade Live Colorfully. I have that right now on my Mercari. I just did a huge fragrance declutter, got rid of like over 50 fragrances, and that one is in there. I would say that one's a beach sort of scent as well, but it's even sweeter than this. All right, so the next category I want to talk about are the nighttime scents in the summer. And my daytime scents are usually a brighter sort of scent, and then my nighttime scents almost are similar to what I would wear in the fall. They're more sultry.
Do you say the night was humid, or do you say the night was moist? That's writing.
The night was sultry.
And by sultry, I kind of mean that like on a hot summer night, it kind of mixes with the heat and there's like a cloud in the air.
I'm getting the hell out of here. Too goddamn sultry in here.
And then I just think that these two scents that I'm going to show you work really well with that. The first one is by Fleur, and it's called, there we go, Sundara. And this one has violet leaf, sandalwood, pepper, and oak moss. This smells like walking through a forest, and I think that's actually what they were going for here. I think in their description that they wanted something that would remind you of walking through a redwood forest, and it totally does. It's beautiful. And then the next one is something that I always associate with those sort of warm, sultry nights, are fragrance oils. And so this one is something that's supposed to smell like those, you know, Arabian fragrance oils. But this is Replica Across Sands, and this is a fragrance oil made by Oil Perfumery to smell like the Across Sands. And I actually have a whole video coming up on the ethics of fragrance dupes, because obviously this isn't the real original fragrance. But I do have a video coming up about, I guess, my input on the ethics of fragrance dupes. Anywho, this right here, which I'm speaking for this and not the original, has dates, oud, and spices in it. And it's fruity and deep at the same time. It's absolutely gorgeous. And then this last scent here is my sort of wild card scent. So I purchased this recently. It'll be in my fragrance haul. I don't know if it's coming up before or after this video. But I picked this up, and when I first sprayed it, it was very intimidating and it was just a little too much, right? But I went and I laid on my hammock in the backyard, and the fragrance was still on my skin, and then I smelled my skin again later and the fragrance had completely changed. And then I was like, oh my gosh, this smells wonderful on my skin. So this really heats up in the sun, and it really just kind of changes the whole fragrance. Okay, so the notes on this are chamomile, bitter almond, musk, Indian jasmine, then I guess regular jasmine, because it differentiates, it has both of them in there, sandalwood, cedar, and vanilla. Now, when I first smell this, it smells spicy. And it's a weird kind of spicy. It's not like a chili flakes sort of heat. It's almost like the kind of spicy or the burn you get when you take your first sip of like a really strong cocktail. And it's a shock to your senses. But then, like, you know, then you just start to, you know, take sips and sips, and then all of a sudden you like it. And it just, the scent itself just grows on you. That is this scent. But then you take it outside where the sun shines and it warms up on your skin, and you get more of that creamy almond sort of smell, and it becomes a skin scent on me. So I can definitely see why this is a unisex scent, because when it opens up with that sort of spicy chamomile, it also smells a little bit herbal, and it even has like a vintage feel to it. But then the dry down is like, you know, you've got the sandalwood, which is kind of creamy, you've got the almond, and you've got vanilla. It's definitely an interesting scent. Again, all of these, I keep smelling them, but this is definitely a very interesting scent, and it really grew on me. I mean, you can see how much I've sprayed it. I've had it, I don't know, for a week or two now, and like I'm already like getting down a little ways in it because I've just really enjoyed spraying it. And I think it's because it starts out so different and then wears on the skin in a completely different way. So I was pleasantly surprised by that one. But anyway, those are all of my summer favorite scents. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to my channel. It helps out a lot. And also, I'm interested to see what your favorite summer scents are and why. Go ahead and leave those in the comments below. I'd love to hear about it. Other than that, I guess I'll see you guys in the next video. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.